Our principal Ms. Punajit Kaur, junior school head Ms. Sarika Sharma, our primary years coordinator Ms. Payal Devi, our most valued parents and the teachers.
And our lovely students.
A special welcome to the lovely smiling children, really. Sorry for missing, that was very important, yes. I, Archana Singh, welcome you all in the orientation program of the Smart World School for the academic year 2022-23. Before we begin today's program, may I request you all to put your phones on silent mode, please. Thank you very much. We are all together once again after turbulent times. It gives me immense pleasure to know that all the children are very enthusiastic about coming back to the school in the new session. As we are aware that Smart Wonder School is one of the esteemed educational institutes of Mohali and it is known as a hub for innovation in the field of teaching and learning. Even during COVID times, SWS team left no stone unturned in exploring new avenues of learning. Our school faculty and the management worked round the clock to ensure smooth transition from from classroom teaching to online methodologies of learning. I now request our academic coordinator, Ms. Payal Devi, to take us through the processes and functioning of our school systems to give you an insight about the curriculum and the methodologies we are going to follow in the session 2022-23.
Good morning, dear children and parents. Children, how are you feeling coming back to school? Are you enthusiastic? Can I see thumbs up? Yes, and are you all looking forward to coming back to the classes, physical classes?
Yes.
Okay, that was the children. What about parents? Are you looking forward to kind of sending them? So, can we have a big round of applause for all the children who have come to join us on the orientation? Because it is very, very important we get our energy from the children. And the school campus actually it doesn't, have its meaning without children. So, a very warm welcome to all our lovely children on this pleasant and joyful morning of the orientation day. Let's pray to the Almighty to help us excel and achieve greater heights this year too, which ma'am already mentioned that turbulent times, and let's pray that they are not back ever again and we can have normal school and the experiences that our children were derived of. We are going to put in all the more efforts to ensure that all the learning gaps, the learning loss that has occurred during COVID times is covered. So, and we are going to try our best to bridge this gap. So, we wish to bring out the best in our students and prepare them to become competent enough to meet the challenges ahead as we are moving ahead on the path of excellence. The Smart Wonders team is ready to effectively take up the forthcoming challenges of this session 2022-23. So let me introduce you to the stalwarts of Team SWS, our pillars of strength, our Honorable Director, Mr. Sandeep Singh, and Principal Ma'am, Ms. Punajit Kaur. They are the visionaries and the torch bearers to lead us on the path of excellence to provide our students with the best. Further, the academic head, we have Ms. Sarika Sharma, Head Junior Wing, who is the guiding light for the junior school and the constant support and solution-focused approach keeps us going. And I'm Payal Devi, the academic coordinator for the primary years, always there to resolve all your issues. Taking you through the vision of the school, we aim to achieve the holistic development of our students, and we provide with innumerable learning opportunities to the students for their intellectual, social, mental, physical, emotional, all round development of the students. And the intent is, next slide ma'am, we aim to make our students confident, competent and caring individuals. Children are the future of the world and of course the supreme assets of any nation. So we at Smart Wonders are committed to give them opportunities to learn and achieve their potential. So a student of Smart Wonders would be described as a student who has impeccable communication skills. Not just communication skills, but also the child is technologically savvy. I'm very sure that most of the children here will agree with me that they are far more tech savvy than their parents. Yes, children, you have to teach your parents how to, do certain things which they might not know. So, other than that, of course, this world, now times have changed and we are living in the world where IT really matters and we are living in a data-driven world. So we want our children to match up with the needs of today. And of course, a child with a heart full of compassion, because education is quite hollow without a compassionate heart. So this is what we aim at. And we get our roots are there in the National Education Policy 2020, which describes this age group of 8 to 11 years. This is described as a preparatory stage because we are preparing a foundation in which we give play, discovery, activity-based and interactive classroom learning so that the foundation that's built is very, very strong for further development of the children. So now the curriculum in the primary years, as most of you are aware of, we believe in giving children varied learning experiences so that we nurture their inquisitive minds, be creative and allow them to expand their intellectual capacities. And for this, we provide children not just with literacy, numeracy and ICT skills, but all the post-scholastic areas, art, music, dance and sports, which are very, very important for the development of the child. So we try to cater to every need of the child. And the skills we focus on, as mentioned earlier, also communication skills. Apart from that, of course, collaboration, critical thinking skills, creativity, problem solving, decision making, and of course developing scientific temper, IT skills, inter and intrapersonal skills, very, very important. And this year we are going to focus a lot on this area, because children have been isolated for quite some time at home. So we want to give them a chance to be more interactive with their peers and of course build a connect with their teachers while working on developing values and habits. So instructional model in the primary years. So we believe in engaging, exploring, explaining, elaborating and evaluating. This is a cycle that we follow. Engagement of students is very important because it's quite imperative to get the students excited and ready to learn. Explore a topic or a concept by doing hands-on activities, experiments to deepen their understanding of the concepts. Further, the students should be able to explain what they have learned and experienced and express their learning. Further, elaborating their understanding by applying what they have learned to new situations to deepen their skills. And all this comes in a circle which ends with evaluation. So reflecting on what we have learned, because this area, assessment, evaluation, gives an insight to the teachers also, that whatever they were aiming at the beginning of the lesson, all that has been achieved or not, or we need some remediation, or we need some intervention, or we need to reteach something. So this is what we follow. And talking about the methodologies, I'm sure you must have observed in the last year also that we have different ways of teaching a concept. So you might find your child doing a survey, interviewing their neighbor, or some integrated project. Of course, hands-on activities will be now more in number when children are physically there in classes. And of course, we've had our assemblies, celebrations all around the year. And of course, debates, declamation, conducting experiments, field trips, then art and craft, different competitions. All these are the methodologies that are embedded in our lesson plans. So all this, what is the aim? Holistic development. So be it language development, cognitive, physical, socio-emotional, all these areas along with strong value building is what we aim at. So when I'm saying all this, you might be thinking, is it? Are you doing this also? So I'll just take you through the session that has just passed by, 21-22, a few glimpses, let's just peek and see. So here is an example of creative expressions that is the work of children. So they get a chance to be creative, and of course when I say they are allowed to express themselves. So here a biography of their parents and New Year resolutions. So we actually, when a child is writing New Year's resolution, so if you just read, don't waste time. So they are kind of reflecting, we are giving them that opportunity, okay, what is that you want to inculcate? So little things which we often overlook, we try to go in that detail. So learning by research. So this is a class 3 project. And of course wonders of Hindi language, you might find wonders of French and Punjabi as well. These are just a few examples. So this is an integrated project on the life of Mahatma Gandhi. And of course the most dreaded, for me at least, maths. But we try to make it quite fun for the children. So multiplication, be it fractions, be it division, we try to adopt innovative methodology and research-based projects to make it easy. So all this is what children could share with us when they were in online mode. So we want you to see, we try at our end to make learning fun for the students. And of course, not to be missed, lessons to be learned through nature. Very important life skills. So we also want that children, not just by putting together a sandwich or a salad, they should also be aware of healthy eating. So this was also different activities were done around this. And we also had celebrations all through the year, be it virtual, be it offline, whatever opportunities we got. Last year we had the chance to have hybrid classes. So this is a glimpse of the Children's Day celebrations, Diwali celebrations. We had Christmas celebrations, which was such a success. And children had a lot of fun, which is quite evident. This is a glimpse of assemblies that we've had. So students actually, we tried that they should not miss on any experience. Then cultural extravaganza, this is class 3. Class assemblies were conducted all through the year, be it online or in the hybrid mode. And of course, we also had workshops for students. So this is a glimpse of a workshop on body safety we had for our children. And of course, for class 5, we had on puberty, which we have for our children. So here, I want to just showcase the sports achievers that we had last year. And here I request the parents, please share the achievements of your students. We take pride in sharing our students' achievements. So inter-school competitions, we made sure that students get to participate and represent the school in the Tri-City. So we have Divyakshi with us, we have Pancha with us. Sanvi, yes. So do share the achievements with us, with the class teacher, and we are very happy to share the achievements. Alright, that was last year. So let's come back to the session that we are looking ahead of us, that's 2022-23. So I'm very sure all of you are aware of the assessments, that we have a continuous assessment policy all through the year. We keep having assessments, but I'll just try to kind of give you a quick flow chart to kind of look at it. How do we have it this year? So we are going to have periodic assessments, that is PA, what we call half yearly and final examinations. So 2 periodic assessments, 2 PAs, PA1, PA2 in the first term and PA3, PA4 in the second term. Each PA is of 25 marks and half yearly and final examinations of 60 marks each. So here's a flow chart to give you a quick glimpse how assessments are conducted and the weightage. Next slide, ma'am. And apart from these, we also have internal assessments. So I'm sure you all are aware the teachers are after the children, give your submissions, notebooks, we want to check the notebooks because we are marking whatever the child is doing in the class, be it hands-on activities, experiments, math work, individual group work, participation in class, discussions, oral quizzes, all these are assessed in class under subject enrichment and multiple assessments. And periodic assessment, as you are aware, we conduct on every Monday, 8 to 9 a.m. in the morning. And the schedule and the syllabus is shared well in advance with the parents. So here is a glimpse of what goes in the report card. It's not just PA marks, but also internal assessments, notebook submission, everything is rounded off to give the result in the report card. And assessments, as I just mentioned, very important part of teaching learning process. Kindly ensure that your child doesn't miss the PA, because as a policy we won't be able to conduct it again for the child. So now we have remedial classes. So remedial classes are provided by the schools on Saturdays, which will begin from July. If the teacher feels, if any particular teacher feels that this child needs help in a particular subject or a concept, she wants to reinforce, so for that these classes are planned. So we request the parents, if a teacher has made that effort of putting it across, that send your child for the remedial class, make use of that time, and because the teacher is going to go one-on-one in these classes, so try that the child doesn't miss this class. So this is a new introduction this year. We are beginning with the clubs. We are introducing this. These 4 clubs are being introduced. Clubs, of course, are meant for collaboration in different interests that the students may have. So they can pick any one club from out of these 4, and we'll send you a detailed circular and a Google form for you all to give your preference of the club. And accordingly, a club will be given to the child. So we have literary club, eco club, STEM club and arts and craft club. So literary club is going to focus on the language skills, and we have activities related to the languages. Then eco club is going to create awareness. So in this club we aim at creating environment awareness and environment conscious living. So we have activities around the environment, sustainable living in this club. Then STEM club, which is science and amalgamation of science, technology, engineering and mathematics. So we have activities to build the scientific temper in the students and making them aware of presence of science around them. So basically we have a problem and we allow the children to explore to find a solution to that problem. And then Arts and Crafts Club. Arts and Craft Club is going to focus on allowing children to explore different art forms and different creative skills. So we'll give you a detailed circular. We'll soon send you this circular to pick one club. So I'm feeling very proud to share this list with you. We have 11 running committees in the school in different areas to ensure that students' interests are always, catered to, and there's no compromise in any area that is of students' interest, be it safety, be it POXO, be it our transport facility and everything. So all the necessary compliances are strictly adhered to in the school, and we follow all the guidelines given by the government. So now guidelines for the parents for the session 2022-23. As you all are aware, we are going to conduct classes offline and online as well as per the choice you opted. Online, we conduct classes as last year on Google Meet, and email ID has been created for every child of the school. However, the child who is opted for offline will not be allowed to take online classes without prior permission from the principal, because it is very difficult for the teacher to keep a track whether the child is offline or online. So to make the teaching learning process very smooth, we want you to adhere to the choice you have opted for. School timings from 6th April will be from 8 am to 2:50 pm, and this, you might feel it's long time, but we have enough. No, students are saying no, it's not. I know. Because they are going to find school time really fun. As I'll just show you in the timetable, we have well thought of a timetable which will cater to different areas, and of course student engagement very well. So we have art, dance, music, sports, IT, all included in the timetable along with the academic subjects as well. And we have an e-calendar this year which the class teacher will share with you. So that can be referred to for any holidays, PTM days and other activities. So here is a sample timetable. As you can see, PA we have given on Monday, like I mentioned, 8 to 9 am we have PA, periodic assessment every Monday. Then we have assembly on Tuesday, you can see the green boxes. Then on Wednesday, the last lesson, if you see, that's circle time. So circle time is 1 hour of this circle time is planned in a way to meet the social emotional needs of the students, in which the teacher and the students, they build a connect, and we teach the children how to cater to their emotional needs, how to handle their emotions. So this time is very well thought of and planned. So Thursday we have club, 1 hour club time, and Fridays we have house activities. So every day the students will be not just sitting in the classes, and they will be going for different activities. As you can see, the highlighted boxes in blue, these are the post-scholastic activities. Homework. How many of you like doing homework, children? Everyone? Yes? No?
That's an afterthought.
So homework, of course, we won't send you too much of homework. We will have a schedule for that, and we will give a balanced homework. Because reinforcement of the subject, of the topics taught in class is also quite important. Yes, children? So homework will be shared through the school pad every day, and of course the school almanac, school diary will be used by the students to note down the homework, and also use the school almanac for any communication you want to have with the class teacher instead of sending WhatsApp messages. So you can write a note in the diary, and the teacher will make note of it. If there's anything specific, if you send a message in the morning, the teacher might not be able to see it because she'll have classes all through the day. So this is one reason. Then class assemblies and subject-specific activities will be planned from time to time, and information will be shared with the parents, and circulars are shared via school pad. And I'm sure you all are aware, we send a monthly note which has information about the activities, the schedule syllabus of the periodic assessments, then events, assemblies, holidays. Everything is mentioned in the monthly note. So kindly save it and refer to it. The school website is regularly updated with all the latest events conducted in school. So do visit the website. You'll also find the monthly newsletter and latest circulars on the website. And of course, like I mentioned earlier also, if your ward is participating in some competitions outside the school, won something, do share the information with the class teacher. And all your concerns should be shared in writing. Please do not make verbal requests, instead give it in writing. So we have our email IDs shared with you. They are also there in the school alumni. So feel free to write if there is any concern, and we will make sure that we try our best to resolve it. So at the end of the day, the positive involvement of parents is quite required, and I think the school cannot do enough if there is no positive reinforcement, and of course the involvement by the parents. So we believe in parent-teacher connect very strongly. So we have 4 formal PTMs in the months of May, September, December and March, and information is shared well in advance with a time slot given to each parent. And other than these days, also you can connect with the class teacher or subject teacher if there is a need. However, you have to take appointment, and you can visit the school on any working Saturday and meet the teacher. So before the PTMs, we generally send you feedback forms and other necessary consent forms or acknowledgement forms. So we request you to kindly fill these forms, and now it's quite convenient. We can quickly fill them on phone also and through Google Forms. So please fill them timely and share with the class teacher. Now the school rules. I think we should have rules or we should not have rules. Students, rules or no rules? I think everyone agrees we should have rules. Okay, so rules are very important to ensure that there is no chaos. So basically rules are meant for smooth functioning. So, and the school rules, I think most of us will agree that the school rules that we had in our times, we still, if we followed them, we are still disciplined, and we expect the same from our students to be punctual to school. Please avoid being late, as we are going to be a little strict on this aspect, and habitual late arrivals will not be allowed to attend school. So kindly ensure that your ward reaches school on time. And school uniform, very important. Ensure that your ward is dressed up neatly, presentable, and proper school uniform is adhered to. Then leave application has to be sent compulsorily. Use of the leave forms in the school almanac, or you can drop an email also regarding the same. So there is one more request for the parents, that avoid early pickup of your ward from school. Unless there is an emergency, please avoid this, because after the break timings, no child will be allowed to leave school. So such requests will not be entertained. And when you come, previous slide ma'am, when you come to pick your ward from school, so please ensure that you carry parent ID card. So this is an important area which we cannot compromise on, because safety of the students is paramount. Next slide ma'am. So kindly go through the almanac of your ward daily, read all the messages, circulars sent from the school, and adhere to them. Birthday celebrations, we intend to keep them simple in school, so kindly no casual clothes are allowed, children. So you can, however, share candies or simple stationery items with your fellow classmates, but no fancy celebrations are allowed. So let's keep them simple. Encourage your ward to do his home assignments himself. This is first thing, and of course regularly, and submissions should be on time, because all homework assignments, believe me, they are planned after a lot of discussion and ifs and buts. So will the child be able to do this? Will the child be able to procure this stuff? So they have been well thought of, and they are meant for the students, not for the parents. So you can support your child, and if there is a doubt or query or anything, just encourage your ward to be vocal about it. Ask the class teacher, request for an extra day for submissions. we will cater to such needs. And have a slotted time for self-study at home. So discipline also for the parents. Because students, they just model what their parents do. So please have a slotted time, spend time, quality time with your child and stay involved with your child. For online classes, for all those who opted for online classes, now that we all have an experience of 2 years of taking these classes, so please provide a proper setup at home for the online class. We do not want that now we should be kind of compromising on quality. So ensure that your ward keeps the camera switched on and submission of work is done timely. So now I think we've had enough of leisure at home, so we should be very, very serious. If the teacher wants assignments to be submitted, so kindly adhere, and a regular study schedule will help the students to, kind of be at par with the offline children also. We don't want any learning loss to happen. Next slide, ma'am. So we have a YouTube channel. I'm sure you all are aware of the YouTube channel of Smart Wonders. Yes? Yes? So everyone has already subscribed this channel? Yes or no?
Yes.
Those who haven't are going to do right away. And I'll give you a minute. So please open your phones and you can quickly subscribe this channel so that you get an update on any video that's uploaded, and we keep uploading the videos for all the events. So even today's orientation video you will find on the YouTube. So we also have our social media pages. Have you all visited Facebook, Instagram? Yes? So you must share and of course like the pages and follow our school page, because it is very encouraging for the children to share their achievements. So do share the pages as much as you can. Yes? And stay connected with the school, share your concerns, the email IDs are there, you can always write to us. And of course, we expect your cooperation and your support as you have been supporting us. We expect the same from you all, and we all are there for you. So before I finish my presentation, I'd just like to read out an excerpt from a poem. Children learn what they live. If children live with encouragement, they learn confidence. If children live with tolerance, they learn to be patient. If children live with honesty, they learn truthfulness. If children live with praise, they learn to appreciate. If children live with approval, they learn to like themselves. And if children live with acceptance, they learn to love. So let's keep encouraging our children, be a support system, and work together for their betterment. Thank you so much. And before I hand over to Archana ma'am, I'd like you all to meet the teachers of class 5. So we have class 5A, class teacher Miss Sangeeta. She's an English teacher. 5B we have Miss Archana, an EVS educator. 5C we have Miss Pallavi, an English educator. And our team is very, very talented, a bunch of talented members. So we need a bigger round of applause. Next we have Mr. Twinder, Punjabi educator, a seasoned Punjabi educator, I must say. We have Ms. Tanvi, a French educator, a passionate French educator. We have Ms. Seema, a math educator, a seasoned math educator with us. Then we have Mr. Vesha, who's joined us as an IT educator. Then we have Ms. Kiran, HOD of Activities and Activity Coordinator, who has her team of talented teachers. So we have Ms. Yes, children? You love your teachers? Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
The principal is Punanji Kaur to share a few words with the parents.
Thank you, Payal. Good morning, everyone. It is such a beautiful, wonderful day, and it is so nice to see all of you here. The parents, smiling mothers, happy mothers, and excited children. So, fathers, I don't know what's happening with the fathers. Are they happy that the wives are happy? Yes? It is the need of the hour that the children come back to school. Yes? So I, of course, truly believe that our school did not let much of learning loss happen. We put in so much of an effort. The teachers worked 24/7 to ensure that whatever concepts are needed in that grade, they are covered, whichever way it is done. So methodologies were changed. Concepts were not changed. So whatever is needed in class 3 was done so that the children can comfortably go to class 4. Fourth concepts were done so that the children are comfortable in class 5. All online. I am sure that all of us, adults sitting here, find it so difficult to do work online. But our children just jumped in and they took charge. And while I was sitting here and I could see that I am sure that the children outnumber the parents. And it was such a proud moment for me last year when we were doing the orientation. Parents were at work, the children were online for the orientation. Let's give a big round of applause to our children. It was such a proud moment for me as a principal, and I would mention it to others that our children are very confident. They sat for the orientation alone because they knew they needed to know what needs to be done in school, even if their parents had gone for work. The first year, the parents were there because it was lockdown. And they were working from home. But the second year, work had opened, the schools had not opened, unfortunately. So parents were not there. So a lot of dadas, dadis could be seen in the background, but the children were there. So that is kudos to our children and the confidence that they have. And of course, the teachers who made them that way. Right? So it is coming from the parents and the teachers. We together ensure that our children are capable of taking control of what needs to be done. I think that is what is important. And of course, thank you, Payal ma'am, for all the information. I do not have to go through much of it. I would just like to mention that since we are talking about the timing, and I'm so happy to see that the children are happy. Though sometimes parents feel that it's a long, time in school from 8 to 2:50. However, when we have to cover, when we talk about holistic development cannot happen in 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. We are talking about core subjects, we are talking about languages, we are talking about co-curricular activities, and then we are talking about the other activities. So all that, if it is to be done in a proper structured manner, it takes time. So if you see that from class 3 onwards, the timing increases to 2:50. And the reason being is that we have a 1 hour 0 period attached to each day. So on Mondays, of course, we have the PAs, because till class 2, we do not have the PA system, right? The children are younger, they have their weekly assessments, and that is how it is supposed to be. But from class 3 onwards, in each term, we have 2 PAs, and they cover each subject. So each subject will be tested twice, right? So that is important, because whatever was done for that whole month will be covered in that PA. That is what is continuous assessment. And this helps the the parents know where the child is, whether the child is understanding. This helps the teachers know. PA is the assessment for learning, not of learning, right? So if the child is not understanding, the teacher will get the feedback that I need to teach this in a different manner. I need to re-look at it, revisit it, right? And in May, when we have first PTM, we have had at least some PAs done. So the conversation between the parent and the teacher is not generic. It is about the child's aptitude, performance, so that in May itself we can decide whether the child needs support from July when we start with our remediation, right? So if a child needs support for just some concept, for some subject, that can be decided in May itself, so that when the children come back after the vacations, on all working Saturdays, we invite the children to come to school and have remediation. Because our school does not encourage tuitions. Tuitions are not needed. If we as teachers are doing our work and you as parents are supporting us, ensuring that home assignments are being done, then we don't need tuitions. Because tuitions create more chaos and problems for the children. That's another person, like ma'am was saying, I think yesterday or day before also we were discussing this. Let's not confuse the children. There are different ways of teaching, and the teachers are doing what they need to do. If the child is still confused, then let the child question the teacher the next day. That ma'am, I did not understand this, so I could not finish my homework. Could you please explain this to me again? Right? So that is how we are supposed to be going about it. Now when we look at our zero periods, as I was talking. So of course ma'am has told you, we have started our clubs. So there are 4 clubs, but these are the in-house clubs. Now I am sure that all you parents are seasoned here and they are aware that we have something called the enrichment clubs, right? So the enrichment clubs start from class 3 onwards, and they generally start from April every year. However, because of the COVID, we are taking precautions and we are waiting to see the situation till June. So those enrichment clubs which happen on Wednesdays and Thursdays will be there. They are over and above these clubs, and they will start from July depending on the situation, wherein your child gets to choose 2 activities, right? And for that we call in professionals from outside and some of our own teachers who are experts in that area. So these clubs will also become a part of that. So if a child would prefer to continue with one of these clubs and take another enrichment club, that is what the choice will be, right? So that will happen from July. Generally we do it in April. However, just because of COVID, we are not doing that, right? And of course, circle time, as ma'am said, all this isolation, the children did not get to meet their friends. When I would enter their classrooms online, I could hear parents request to me, ma'am, please give the children a chance to speak, right? But with limited time, though we continued with 40 minutes periods and we did not reduce the time online also, right? So still the children did not get the time to connect with their friends. At the end of the day, we all need to express ourselves. And when the teacher time, the talk time, out of that 40 minutes is about 30 minutes, how can 30 children express themselves? So that is why we've kept this 1 hour circle time for the next April, May at least, right? And we will continue with it and put it into one of the periods when we remake the timetable after July. So right now, because we are not continuing with our enrichment clubs, so we have put in the circle time because this is the need of the hour. So for the next 2 months, every child gets to sit with his friends and the teachers, and there is a structured lesson plan for the circle time. We will be looking at what needs to be done, what needs to be discussed, what are the issues that are uppermost in the child's mind, which we have to address right now, right? So even if it's just the skills to reconnect with friends, anything. So we will be looking at that and ensure that every minute of the circle time is well utilized. And it is going to be for the children and by the children. The teacher is just the facilitator. Right? So, I know that we have not been coming to school for the past 2 years, though we have been coming to school for the past 2 years, the teachers and all of us. So children, I will tell you, not the parents, please get up on time, right? Get ready and tell your parents to drop you at school on time. If you are even late by 5 minutes, what happens is you get disturbed, the class gets disturbed, the teacher gets disturbed. Because the first 10 minutes, whether you are online or offline, is when the attendance is happening. If you will come after that, then the whole process becomes very detailed and it is very difficult for us to keep a track. And now that we will start putting your attendance on the school pad, you might be surprised to see that, oh, but I dropped my child at school, but why is he marked absent? Because maybe the child was still absent when the teacher was taking attendance. So let's not get into the administrative, hassles and just be punctual. Let's follow the rules. Are all the children going to get up on time?
Yes.
Yes? Good. So please make sure that you get into that routine from now only. You have a few days, you have a week. Start going out for a walk. So see if you can get ready by that time and ensure that you are dropped to school at time. I want you to push your parents to ensure that you are on time. I don't want any excuses, right? And the parents have to be role models. They have to ensure that we are following the rules, because if we do not follow the rules, the children will also look at us. So having covered all of that, there is just one more thing that I would like to tell you is that now that we are offline, I would suggest that all those who have also opted for online, but they are in station, right? So I would request that if you feel and you are confident in us, you should go into the offline mode, because the child will definitely benefit more. So we have still given the option of online for those parents who might still be in other cities and have not come back to Chandigarh yet or Mohali yet, right? However, the sooner we all get offline, the better it is for the children and the teachers, because they are constraints. We all know that. Online is a constraint, hybrid is a bigger constraint. So let's not be in the hybrid mode this session. The sooner you come into the offline mode, the better it is for you, your children and our teachers. So that is a request to all of you. There are just a few numbers in each class, and we have just kept one section of classes UKG to 8 in the hybrid mode. So please, let's see the mails pouring in from today onwards to change it from online to offline. Second, if there are any parents here who have opted for transport and they're doing it for the first time and they have not filled the transport form as such, please do that today. After the orientation, go to the reception and just fill the transport form so that we have your consent in written and we can add you in the GPS system. And since the routes are being finalized, and you will get to know exactly what time the bus is reaching your stop, and you will get an update on the whereabouts of your child's bus every day. So please do not forget to fill the transport form and any other pending documents. If you have, please go and meet Ms. Manpreet. She's the admissions coordinator and she will guide you. And of course, not at the last but not the least, and the most important, I would like Sarika ma'am to come here. So whatever I said is going to be done by her and is being done by her. So Sarika ma'am joins us as the head of the junior wing. She has vast experience in education. She's got more than 20 years of experience in one of the, most of the best schools in the Tri-City and the country, and she's coming from Bhavan's Panchkula. So I am sure that all of you know that Bhavan's Panchkula is the best school in the Tri-City right now and is actually on the national map. So I have put a lot of load on ma'am's very strong shoulders to take this school onto the Tri-City map and the national map as well. So all the little babies will get more chances to participate in more competitions, and we will be organizing competitions for other schools to come to us, so that by the end of the session, the people in the Tri-City know about Smart Wonder School. So this whole team of the teachers that you've met, Payal ma'am, the coordinator, and Sarika ma'am is going to help this session to take us to a new level. And I really am very grateful, ma'am, for you to join our team. And I know that we have a lot of work to do, but I have full confidence that we will, take it to a next level. Thank you so much. There is so much of learning to do. So whenever a new person comes, they bring in so much. And Bhavan Panchkula, as you know, is a leader in education, co-curricular, as far as the Tri-City is concerned. So we are actually very honored to have ma'am with us. And as parents, I am sure that you will get as much support from ma'am as you have been getting before. And anyways, I am always there. We all are a team. Whatever needs to be done, we'll do it together. No issues to be pending. Any concern you have, please escalate immediately. Speak, send a mail, come and meet. We don't have to wait for anything to become a problem, right? So, because next time, I'm the principal, I'll question you, why didn't you tell me before, right? So do not wait, get the things resolved. Class teacher, coordinator, head of the junior wing, principal. You can't get more people looking after you and your children. So our concern is the children. We are here for the safety and security of the children. If we can do that, I don't think any of you will have any concerns. So let's work together, and looking forward to a very, very successful new session. And thank you to the whole team, everyone sitting here, Gurvinder sir also, he is there in the background. We have so many people working, and look at Sumit sir, he's behind the camera, but if he wasn't there, this video will not be uploaded on the YouTube channel. He's already sent me the videos of the past 2 days for my approval. I've not had the time to look at them, but he's done his job. Ma'am, please approve to upload. So that is how the work happens. Everybody's doing it, and we all have to work together the way we have to work for the children. So at home also you have this little ecosystem that's working for you. So things have to happen, a lot of things are happening. I'm just the face. The work is happening here, right? So thank you so much, parents. Lovely to meet all of you, and looking forward to a wonderful session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for all the encouraging word that actually keeps us motivated. Now I will request our junior school head, Sarika ma'am, to come and extend the words.
So a very warm welcome and good morning to all of you. I think already ma'am has put a lot of course the confidence is there, but yes, I can already feel the pressure on me, So the kind of support and the positivity that I have actually experienced in this school makes me actually take all those responsibilities, and I'm sure that together we are going to beat them, because single I cannot do anything. So without taking too much of time, I would just like to actually talk to my lovely friends. You know who are my lovely friends? Yes, you wonderful kids. Because you people are so honest, you are so truthful. The elders, they actually, I find them a little boring. But the younger ones, I actually love to talk to them the whole day. So that's what I can do for you. You can always come and talk. But the biggest two things that I want to share with you all, since you are quite mature enough to understand, is number one, when you said homework, so please understand right from the top, principal ma'am, to me, to your coordinator and your teachers, we are all carrying homework home. We also get homework.
So much of homework.
So we always ask you for homework when we are also doing homework. So don't think that it's only you who's going back from school with the kind of assignments. Rather, your work is very interesting because your teachers have made such wonderful home assignments for you. Maybe the boring part we are taking care of. But believe me, the homework has to be done, because otherwise what will happen if I don't practice, if I don't go back and see, what classes I have to conduct tomorrow, what my children have to learn tomorrow, if I don't do my homework, there will be no classes for you tomorrow. So similarly, as students, if you do your homework today, when you go to the class tomorrow, you will be well prepared, and whenever the teacher says, you say, yes, I'm sure I know about it, and let's move ahead now with that lesson. So don't take your homework as a burden, take it as a challenge, and challenges are always very interesting because you try to better yourself every time. So this is one for my children. And the second advice, when I see you on the campus, when you come to school, now you are the senior most class of your junior wing. And when I say, yes, so you are the senior most class of your junior wing, you hold a lot of responsibilities. When principal ma'am has responsibilities, can she just say, today I will not do, I don't want to be a principal. Is that fine? No. So when you are at a position, and now you are at a senior position of your junior wing, you have a lot of responsibilities, which means punctuality, which means regularity of homework, which means discipline in school. And the kind of language that I actually talk to my friends, with my teachers and with everyone. And one thing I would tell you, your teachers really speak very beautifully, So already you are aware of that, all of them, they converse very softly and in a very, I would say, good manner. So that is what you all have to learn from them. So can I take these two promises from you? One is, your homework has to be very regular. And second, what is the second one?
Be school on time.
So that would all come under discipline. Is that okay? So looking forward, because now I think my kids are much more mature than the parents, I think they can, just take a step back from the kind of worries that they have for their kids, because now they are the senior most of this group. So, actually don't let me down, because you kids are actually going to make me win the next year. So when we are going to be here next year promoting you to class 6th, I should feel proud, ma'am should feel proud that we are actually sending very, very disciplined, responsible students to the senior wing. So looking forward to a very wonderful session where we all learn together from each other. So wishing you all the best for the new academic session and good luck. So thank you each one of you.